riding through New Edinburgh, just about to cross underneath St. Patrick. And I'm on a ride, about a 60k ride today, testing a camera on this route. A lot of it I've never done before, or I've done in parts and never all strung together. Because it takes me over the McDonald-Cartier into Gatineau and a bunch of trails there. I'm gonna take it easy today. Just enjoy the ride since I'm not really in super good shape. So this is the whole point of this. Oh yeah, and it's about 18 degrees going up to 20 today, which makes all the difference in the world for wanting to be out here. It's my first time out in shorts, and yeah, I'm just gonna enjoy it. On the ride, 6.7k in, heading over the McDonald-Cartier Bridge and crossing from Ontario into Quebec. I'll be spending the next little while over here and crossing way over to the west later on. I always love this bridge because it's so self-contained in this path. It's a little loud, but you feel protected at least. So I'm taking the long route around to get up to Fournier Boulevard, and the, what do you call it, the flooding. It's a lot higher than it was even last week. I guess with the dams, they're letting out certain amounts of water out at different times. So I'll be curious to see if this trail or any part of it is a problem anywhere. I'm trying to think of where it could be, but that'll be part of the story for today for sure. We're gonna go over the bridge there ahead of us. I'm hoping it's I don't remember the crossing at all. Be there in a sec. Just crossed the Lady Aberdeen Bridge, crossing into Gatineau onto Fournier, and now I'm on I don't remember the name of the Rideau market. That's lots of flooding around, and yeah, the path so far is really good. Lots of cyclists today because it's the first day it's going to break 20 in a while and fully sunny. Well, we've got a ways to go on this stretch. Yeah, you can really see the flooding. All the trees are underwater everywhere. I don't know why we got such a big surge, probably from that massive rainstorm we had. It's the only thing I can think of. So we're riding along in Gatineau, right across from Rockcliffe. I can see the boathouse across the way and the lookout along Sussex Parkway. That's a nice view that you don't see very often, mainly because there's not a lot of places to go when you're heading this direction in Gatineau. This is the cool part of it. This will end up being the furthest I've ever gone on this direction. It goes pretty far down, just above Kettle Island, and then I'll head back up into Gatineau itself. I'm about 1/6 of the way so far. And I'll be coming out somewhere just down there to cross over the Gatineau River on the old rail bridge. There's the real boathouse, the big one. Got reopened last year, below Acacia Boulevard. The path is starting to head north away from the Ottawa River for a bit, for a good bit, but I'll be back down again after I go around, I think, a golf course and some industrial stuff. It's too bad the path doesn't go straight through. I'm just following a pre-drawn map. I don't want to get stuck at a dead end. So now I am on Maloney Boulevard. I'm a bit confused how I come back from here though. So my map shows me coming back. Oh yeah, I just come back on this path until here and keep going. But I'm just taking Maloney for a short while here. It's 2.7k before I turn right. Even though it's a busy road, I'm still on a path. I'm beside the golf course here. But it's perfectly comfortable along here. Nice distance, no mud. Just turning down Rue Riviera. I'm gonna head right back down to the Ottawa River and ride along the edge for a while. You can see we're gonna be battling some wind here and there. The slower you go, the less energy you waste fighting it. This is a curious section because I've looked at it on maps many times. I've never ridden down here. this is cool. Brand new. Well, it's not a brand new path. This is a path I've never been on. Ottawa River and Kettle Island are right beside me, right along that narrow little channel. This is actually where they want to put the next bridge from Ottawa at the moment. That's the plan, but that's a long way off. Bonjour. We got campers. It's a pretty neat area. It's pretty valuable land considering the location. Not sure. I think I have to turn up here. Looks like a dead end. Could be a path there, but there we go. Nice little view of the river. What I like about this area is that it's very quiet. Like it's busy everywhere else. This is easy to get through. I'm curious to see how passable this is. It's usually if you can walk it, you can bike it. Doesn't say to bike it, but it's kind of like a playing field area. How'd that guy get in there? Boy, is it ever different on this side of the river. Great place for a boat. So, this passes through another section. Nice enough to put a bike path down here. It's weird in here. It's it can be a little rough, but it's weird that there's a bike path all the way through here. And we're at the east end of Kettle Island there. And then this path comes out onto a street that goes way down. Quite a ways down, actually. I'm gonna go right to the end of the street. Just houses, primarily, no view really, but it's a cool spot. Probably started as a cottage area. Probably stayed like this because of flooding. Road, and I'm looking at that old base of an old lighthouse that I've kayaked to before, which means we're beside Duck Island, right across from me. This is the most bizarre spot. It's right on the river. The river's really high, and we got all these houses along here. I'm sure they were flooded in 2019. Certainly was close because that's not much higher. But this is a wicked route. I have to come back for a big chunk of this on the way back in 4K. It's a long way, and there's a good wind, good headwind on the way back. But then we're going to head north through some of the urban trails near Maloney Boulevard. So there's the old, you probably can't see it, it's too far, the lighthouse base. But we swam right along here up kayaks with Charlotte. I really like this though, it's neat. Be a cool place to live, I think. I'm not 100% sure if I would like it or not. across from me here I can see the lookout on near Orleans, where the bike path comes to the lookout and then ends up just down here along the Ottawa River. But it's amazing that I'm across from there. I never have done that before, and I can see in the far distance the development going on at Petrie Island. These properties are big. Looks like it used to be farming down here based on some of the buildings. It's definitely not all brand new. Some new places, but a lot of older ones too. Stretch before the end, more or less than half a K, but this is all dirt. Still some more houses down here, even some water on both sides. I think there's there's an inlet lake on this side. I can't imagine the mosquitoes here in a month. That's just wild. I can see the old folks home in Orleans that you pass by when you take the path all the way over to Petrie Island. At the very end here, it looks like. Beware of dog. Just a little turnaround. I think. Doesn't seem very welcoming to go further. There's a path though. I think I'll leave it. We're going to turn around. We're going to head back. It's already telling me that I should have gone further. So to get back to where we were, it's 4.5 K. So I'm not really going to film anything on the way back because it's exactly the same as what I just did. So I'll see you in 4.5 K. I'm 27 kilometers into my ride. Thought I'd take a break. So I'm almost halfway. I don't know where else I'm going to stop, but this is where am I? I'm directly across the road or the river from the lookout on the Orleans side, where there's a bench and where there's a paved path. I'm just gonna have a quick snack here and I'll head on my way after that. So I'm at the end of that long stretch again on Herchebys, turning onto Campo, heading north towards Maloney Boulevard. It says it's a bike route, so that's encouraging. Can't argue with that. This is another neat road. So I'm going away from the Ottawa River again and heading up there. I've got not super far to go, just I'm not going to what do you call it? I'm going up to Rue Notre Dame. It's only 430 meters up this way. Eventually I'll be on the bike path along Maloney Boulevard, but right now I do a stretch on an old part of Gatineau. Just at the end of Notre Dame, joining the bike path. My head's back up to Maloney, and I'll be riding some of the same bike path as before along that golf course, but I'm not there yet. I'm pretty damn impressed by the infrastructure here compared to most parts of Ottawa. There's a lot of great stuff in Ottawa, but this is right in the main parts where people live and work, and I really like it. because it's not a fun area to ride in without these paths. And they keep you separate from the traffic, which is great. And we're back on Maloney. Straight on to Maloney. And we're almost on the section that we were already on before, which goes along the pulp mill, I believe it is. So we've been battling with a headwind ever since we turned around. So we're probably going to deal with that for a little while. But my next section, I think in 2.5K, I get back onto, I go on the other side onto a different bike path that follows La Gap. And I'll go through that route when I get there. So this is a bit of a weird stretch. I'm going right past the pool and the big athletic facility in Gatineau, heading over to Boulevard de la Gap in a few hundred meters. This is a very different spot to be riding. I don't see a bike path in here, but it's nice and quiet at least. And I do know where the bike path is, just over there. Let's take this instead. Still very windy, but it's not bad. Fine when you're not trying to go really hard. It doesn't bother you very much, when it's this amount at least. Now I just have to figure out where the bike path is. I think it's right here. It's a 2-lane. Yeah, it is. It's just gonna follow this. So this path should go quite far, all the way to the old rail bridge that crosses over to the other side of the Gatineau River. So again, this isn't a super pretty ride. Been through here many times in car, but it's neat that it's separated from the road, so you don't feel really any stress, even if it's not a quiet country lane. It's still interesting. So this is an interesting part. I've been on a part of this before, but it's a pretty old bike path that goes along their transit system in Gatineau. Again, separated from everything, so it makes it a lot more enjoyable, even if it's a bit bumpy, but that's okay. And it's just cool. It's a super busy industrial shopping area in Gatineau, and it's perfectly fine to bike through because you're not worried about the traffic. that I go through this shopping area of Gatineau. And I'm heading towards the old train bridge that crosses over the Gatineau River. It's super windy, as I've mentioned 100 times. Just not sure, I can barely hear myself speak. It's a surprising number of people walking and cycling. It's nice to see. Now just entering the area of the bridge. I have to go under a little underpass here and then onto the bridge. I've only been here once, quite a few years ago now. See, and up here on all the old leaves and stuff, because it's early spring-ish, still April, and we're up on the bridge, crossing over the Gatineau. That's cool. Rare to go over here. Now, how high is the water along the path, I wonder? We've got a little bit to do. I think it's high enough. I'm going to come down the other side. Now we're on the Lac Limi path just below. And we're going to take a slightly different route than usual because I want to see it. Usually come from that end. And I'm heading west, and then I'm going to turn on a little road that I'm familiar with. I am going through the Rona parking lot, heading towards Limi Lake down below in the casino. It's a nice little path that winds down here to the water. A lot nicer than where I just was. It's not where I was expecting to come down a different spot. It's fine. I do see the water is really high. Almost over the path. That's great. That's super high, but it was all redone last year. I rode through here last year where there's a big chunk of this is gravel. So this is all brand new and nicely not flooded. It's a cool path. As you can see, it's well used here. You can see the water is so close to coming over. That's the whole lake. Lac Limi. That's beautiful to see it all paved though. Good job. And then right by the casino and the old quarry. Lots of water to go over here. We've got danger ahead. I don't know where that is. So that's the old quarry. It used to be a quarry, but they use it for cement production in the 50s. See some great overhead shots of it. It's like reading your phone. Anyways, they built a huge casino. It could have been a great park, but I guess it's better than just leaving it to have the casino there. This path is cool because it goes straight through Brewery Creek all the way to the Ottawa River from here. It's a bit rough in a few spots, but it's a nice path. We just crossed over Brewery Creek. Brings you down the path that goes to the Ottawa River, but in the last few years it's been taken over by the biggest encampment in the area. It used to be super pretty in here, really nice walk. It's not a place I would suggest going for a walk anymore, because the amount of garbage and tents and tires and everything is unbelievable. Wasn't even on this side of the river last time I was here. But one thing I didn't mention is Brewery Creek is actually what makes the inner part of Hull an island, as that creek goes in from the Ottawa River above the Chaudière Falls, follows all the way down here, going all the way past the 50, or curves are close to the 50, and then down back into the river. I forget it. Oh, right by Lac Limi, where it's lower than the falls, and that's why you get an island. Now, the reason it's called Brewery Creek is because right here is, I believe, one of the first breweries in the entire area. That building right there, and it's now a brew pub, which is very cool. Haven't been there in ages. Don't even know if it's still open. It's kind of empty to me. I don't think it's running anymore. But I always found this area here pretty cool, because it kind of looks like the Rideau Canal, but with a lot more spray paint than I've ever seen before. But it's quite a cool spot. As far as I don't know if they make it into a skating rink in the winter, but it definitely could be a good one. Falls. I don't know if you can hear them on the mic, but I can hear them quite clearly. So they're quite old. Used to be a massive logging chutes, 3 different ones at various times, to bring the logs from up here and west on the river down to the river below. It's quite an amazing little complex. Can't really see much of it from here, but we're going to continue on the path here that goes up to the Commanda Bridge, but it's under construction, so it's a bit of gravel up ahead. That was nice, over the Commanda Bridge. Now I'm riding a section of the path that goes along the O train line between the, I guess it ends right at the Commanda Bridge. But it ends right here. This is another LRT line that it connects to. But it connects the Ottawa River, this path, to Dow's Lake.
Yeah.
So this is the end of the O train line, and it heads all the way out to the airport past Carlton. It's also another nice trail that I'll do sometime soon. But yeah, this is such a cool complex. Again, I'm not out in the wilderness, but I just find these paths really cool in between all the busy parts of Ottawa. It's the Somerset Bridge. It used to be a big spindly metal bridge a long time ago. But straight path all the way through. There's one thing I forgot here. I added on a big chunk of distance to bring me through a really interesting part of the trail. I thought I was almost done. I should have. Oh, it shouldn't be that bad, maybe 8K left at the most. So this route's taking me through Dow's Lake and the Arboretum so I can cross over the Hartwell Lock at Carlton. Always a pleasure to ride through here. It's absolutely beautiful. Just can't believe the number of people out now. You can really tell we've been starved for nice weather. Just guessing here how to get through Carlton over to the bridge. I have a loose path that I mapped out through here, but I don't know the area that well. It's changed a ton since I went here. It seems to connect nicely. Little residence buildings. And I'll just take the road down there. It's even a bike path. I'm heading over. There's a bridge to bring me over to the other side of the Rideau River. That's where the, what was it called? They used to have all the parties, faculty lounge, everything. Doesn't matter. So this bridge when I cross here is a new addition to the landscape. Brings you over to the other side of the Rideau River. Opened last year, at the end of the year. It's pretty great, especially if you live on the other side and go to Carlton. And then brings me to the bike path here. So if I went right, I'd go up to Vincent Massey Park. I'm going left here. It brings me towards Bronson over there. But I'm gonna go over to Bank Street and cross to the other side. I just did this to break it up a bit. So we're in one of the last stretches along the river. And we're just heading into, I always forget the name of this park. It's not Windsor because we passed that. But it's, I'll write it on the screen, but we've had other years where this is flooded all the way across. It's pretty neat to see it all dry already. But this is quite a gorgeous stretch. I'm never sure why they don't put a bike path the whole way through here. Because they don't stop you from taking bikes through here, but they don't pave the path. It's such an ideal stretch for a bike path. Well, if that wasn't sweet, I don't know what was. And that's it for the dirt. We're just gonna head up towards where St. Paul's used to be, or well, it's still there, but where the dog park used to be. But St. Paul's University is all up here. It's all new construction. Going away from the river up here. Another cool little link path. And there we go. We're up top. Not much farther. Definitely gonna break 60K. Oh yeah, I even have another thing I added, I forgot. I'm not sure why it's so long then. Bike lane closed, road closed. No problem. And we are done that part. So head over to the other section that goes up to Ottawa U from here. Close off our loop. Now, we're still going along the Rideau River here, close to Lees Avenue. And we're heading to the Herdman Bridge, going under and then up to Ottawa U. So we'll go under here. That's where it's at. If we went to the right there, it would head over to the train station instead. That's the wind. Oh, crap. And there we go. That's another ride almost done. We'll hit just over 62 kilometers, at least on my bike computer. Is probably over, not even at 60 yet on my watch. We'll see what it turns out to be when it's mapped to a map, but close to 60. And yeah, thanks for coming. It's a really cool urban ride. You can still get 60K in. I have a really long urban ride planned. It's over 100K that I'll do when I'm in better shape. But for now, thanks for coming out, and we'll see you in the next ride.